Hey guys, welcome back to Yoga with Mercedes. I am in a different environment, a different background for you today. We temporarily ran out of heat in the rest of our house. So I'm in my husband's recording studio so that I can deliver you another class. So I hope you enjoy this space for today's sequence. And today's sequence is going to be all about strengthening the glute muscles. So just make sure that you have a space where you can practice. We're going to be laying down, we'll be kneeling, we'll also be standing. So for this sequence, to work on the glutes, we are going to be kicking asana. In case you don't know, asana is the Sanskrit word for posture or a yoga pose. So the few yoga postures that we're going to take today are going to be all about strengthening the bum area. And we're actually going to start on our backs. So as you look around in your space, make sure that you have the room to connect from your tailbone, your back, shoulders, and head all the way down. And just let yourself get grounded. As you set yourself up, bring your heels towards your glutes. Lengthen your arms by your sides. You might even be able to reach your middle fingers towards your heels. So the knees are pointing up. The knees are bent. Know that strengthening the glutes is also good to help with the low back. A lot of us have low back issues, and research says that when we strengthen the glutes, we're able to support our low back better. So setting up for our bridge pose, we're going to do two different variations. For the first one, we're going to take a hold. So as you inhale, press your feet towards the ground. Lift your hips so you're at a diagonal from your shoulders to your knees. Then interlace your fingers. Scoot the shoulders underneath the upper back. Continue to lift the hips as if your hips are pointing up towards the ceiling. We'll hold here, noticing the breath. Noticing each inhalation and each exhalation moving through your body. Feel the legs engaging. And then we'll slowly start to roll the shoulders out, lower down bone by bone from the top of your spine, slowly back down to your tailbone. And we'll take a full round of breath here. Inhaling through the nostrils. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Inhale, lift the hips again. Interlace the fingers, press the palms together. Now we're going to take alternate leg lifts. So as you inhale, lift one knee, foot comes off the ground. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, lift opposite knee. Exhale, place it down. Movement is following the breath. Feel the engagement of the glute of the same side with the foot grounded. Knees coming in, foot lifts off the ground. Continue to lift the hips. Notice if they want to sag down. Just keep lifting them up. Okay, we'll pause there. Release the hands, lower down, bone by bone. Tailbone meets the mat. Pause here, full round of breath. Exhale, let it go. From here, we'll change the station of our body from reclined to a comfortable seat. So you can roll up or you can roll to one side, totally up to you. Now we're coming into plank pose. So again, finding space, now bringing your hands in front of you, extend your legs, toes meet the ground, arms are straight, Make sure the hips aren't sagging down. Make sure the shoulders aren't going past the fingertips. Now pull the belly button up towards the spine. Feel the glutes working and feel the engagement at the core, the abs, strengthening the front of the body. And with your next exhale, gently bend your knees, bring them down to the ground, and then lower all the way down. Bending the elbows, come onto your belly. Just getting adaptable with this space. I'm just thankful that I have a space. Now coming into our locust pose. For this variation, we'll bring our arms by our sides. Palms are grounded down. Gaze is going to be down to the ground. The head is lifted. Now let's lift the legs and the chest. Take your gaze from down to forward, and the palms stay grounded, planted on the mat. So this is an overall toner. It also benefits the hips, the back, and the legs, stimulating the internal organs and improving blood circulation. You might feel this extension at the back, the spine. You might feel the back muscles working. Continue to hold the lift. Feel the engagement at the glutes. And then exhale, lower the legs down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Lower the head for a full round of breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, let it go. Now use your energy to extend your arms and at the same time lift your hips. So now we're going to come to a tabletop position. So for our tabletop position, we want to align the knees under the hips. If you have a layer that's in your way, you can get rid of it. And then coming back to hands and knees. So finding our alignment, we want the wrist under the shoulders and we want the knees under the hips. We're going to take alternate leg lifts. As you inhale, you'll lift your knee, press the heel up. Heel is going straight up. Feel that glute working. And then lower it down without touching the mat and press up again. So we want to press the heel up as much as we can, as high as we can. We want to feel the glute working. We're isolating, so we're working just on this side. Just a couple more. You got this. Slow and controlled movement. All right, right knee lowers down underneath the hip. Feel free to take a full round of breath here. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Now inhale, lift the left heel, press it up to the sky. Exhale, lower it down. Knee hovers without touching and press it up again. So with the movement following the breath, as you inhale, press the heel up. As you exhale, lower the knee down. Just a couple more. Really pressing that heel up. Press, 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 press. Exhale, lower down. Full round of breath here. Inhaling through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, release, let it go. Now from kneeling, we'll change the station of our body to standing. So we can curl the toes, lift the knees, press the heels back, maybe taking a moment in downward facing dog. And then from here, let's walk the hands towards the feet. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and start to roll up. Standing position. I'm just going to move over a little more so you can see me better. All right, so for the next one, we're coming into Warrior 3. This means one foot stays grounded. We lift the opposite foot and we press it back. Now, as we press that foot back, we want to think about the ankle in line with the hip. The foot is flexed as if we're pressing it up against a wall. Hands can be at the heart center, or we can let the arms float. Now, feel the glute of the standing leg. Keep lifting that heel, but keep the hips in line with each other, so the hips are squared. And from here, we'll take a little micro bend in the standing knee. We'll bring the same side hand down, opposite hand to the hip. Leg stays lifted, and then hand can stay at the hip, or we can start to lift the arm up. This is totally up to you. Standing half moon. Strengthening the glute of the standing leg. You can always take a block underneath your hand if that's more comfortable. And then we'll start to come out. So we'll just lower left leg beside the right and go ahead and take a forward fold. Feel free to bend the knees if the hamstrings are tight. And then roll up to standing. All right, so let's try that on the other side. I'm just going to flip myself around and try not to run into any of these guitars. All right, so now the left foot grounds down. We pick up the right foot and we start to press it back as we hinge at the hips. Second side, hips are squared. We want to keep lifting the right heel. We want to flex the foot, but we want to make sure the hips are squared. As we keep the leg lifted, we're really engaging the glute. And then we play around with our hand positioning. So this is a fun practice for me today because usually I'm on my yoga mat, but now balancing on the hardwood floor is a different experience. It's all good, I'm into it. And then from here, I'm just gonna bend my left knee enough to connect my fingertips. Right hand finds my hip. I'm still flexing through my lifted foot. And then here I can decide if I want to reach my right hand up. Now the hips are stacked. So with the block you get a little lift if you'd like. Let yourself have fun. And then bend the standing knee, right foot meets the left. Forward fold, feel into both legs. Inhale, let's take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Feels so good for the hamstrings. Bend the knees, start to rise up. All right, standing position from here. Let's step the right toes way back. So we're coming into Crescent Lunge. Now, as we set up for our Crescent Lunge, we want to bend at the left knee. Right leg is extended. The heel is lifted. So we're just on the right toes. Hands find the hips. This is a little awkward with the mic pack, but I'll make do. All right, so now we're taking Crescent Lunge dips. This means that we bend the right knee towards the ground and then we lift again. And we continue to do this. As you do this, feel the engagement at the left glute. This is also a great way to stretch the psoas muscle. Feels really good, especially if you've been spending a long time sitting today. or most days. All right, so from here, we're gonna take it to the other side. Shift weight into the left leg, step the right foot in line with the left, and now we'll take it to the other side. So now that left leg is gonna come back. So we're on the left toes. Scoot it back, find your distance that works for you. Right knee is tracking above the right ankle. All right, here we go. Bend the left knee towards the ground and then straighten the back leg. And again. Gazes forward. Feel the strength in your legs, in your strong body. Feel so much gratitude for this body and all that it allows you to do. Last one, you got this. Woohoo! Shift weight into the right foot and find center. All right, so here you might shake the legs out. We've got one more. I'm gonna back it up a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing here. This is gonna be our standing hand to big toe. This is a really fun one to say. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. I like that one. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna take it one side at a time. This is a standing balance. We need the glute muscles to keep the leg lifted. All right, so one foot is our foundation. Opposite leg, knee lifts up. Now we could take our hand to our shin. We could take our peace fingers, index and middle finger, to the big toe. From here, we can press the foot forward and we might even open the leg out. Now, if this is uncomfortable and you're not sure, you can bring your hand to a wall space, or you can practice your balance with your hand at your hip. Body is holding the balance, strengthening and stretching. Let's bring that side in and the foot comes down. Now, so that I don't kick the wall, I'm going to come back a little bit closer to show you the second side. Opposite foot grounds down. Inhale, lift the knee. Remember, your palm can come to your shin, or you can take your peace fingers to your big toe. Now, strengthening and providing a good stretch on this side. We can press the foot out. We can open the leg out. So not only is this a standing balance, but we're also getting external rotation for the hip. Remember, you can bring your hand to a wall space if you need support. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Balance is so helpful for our focus and concentration. Hand can also come to a chair or anything stable. Come out when you're ready, slowly and carefully bringing the knee in and then setting the foot down. All right, guys, so just a quick sequence for you today. That was 9 different postures. I hope you enjoyed them. If there were any that you found challenging, don't worry, that's part of the practice. Just keep coming back to them and let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like for me to create for you. I'm happy to take requests, happy to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.